Hello, traders, and welcome back to another edition of the Busy Traders Trading Room. This is episode 3, if not 4. So today I know the schedule is always about live market sessions, but I don't have the time today because I have something to do. I have some projects that I'm working on, so I can't really come into the charts and trade live with you guys for today. So sorry for that inconvenience. But for everyone who's in the trading room, in the free Telegram channel, and also our premium members, I highly welcome to you. I highly welcome you guys to this market breakdown. So it's just a quick one and a quick update on what's going on in the markets and my view on different trades in the market, in the forex market, and in the synthetic indices market as well. So before we get started with the technicals, we always need to look at the economic calendar to see the high impact news that are coming out throughout the week, because they are pretty much going to affect the charts in different ways. So and we've made it very easy for you guys to get these news. We've listed every single week. We update you guys on the highest impact news that are coming out throughout the week. And when you go or head into the website in the news hub, you'll be able to get the economic calendar and also the top economic news headlines that are coming out in the world, and you can pretty much read all about it straight from the Busy Traders website, and that's going to give you much clear access to news, to fundamentals that are coming out throughout the week. So for this week, we have some few key fundamentals that we need to look out for, especially in the forex market. We have German manufacturing PMIs for today. We have the GBP manufacturing PMIs for the UK, and also the ISM manufacturing PMIs for the dollar. So we have some few fundamentals coming out today. Also tomorrow it's bank holiday in the US, so it's Independence Day in the US. So 4th of July, probably the market is going to pretty much be slow, especially tomorrow, especially on the dollar related pairs. We have RBA interest rate decision coming for the Aussie. That's very, very important to look out for. Wednesday, we have FOMC meeting minutes. We have ADP non-farm employment change. We have initial jobless claims, services PMIs, ISM non-manufacturing PMIs, JLTS job openings for the month of May, crude oil inventories, all for the dollar for Thursday. So Thursday is heavy. We have some heavy news coming out, so you need to look out for, especially when you're trading on Thursday. And on Friday, we close out the week with average hourly earnings, non-farm payrolls, and unemployment rate for the dollar. So a fundamental filled week. We need to be on the lookout for that. And without further ado, let's get into the technicals. So starting out with the technicals on the DXY, as always. So from the previous market breakdown that I did, we were looking for the DXY to push a little bit to the upside, and now as you can see, it's being pushed into this demand zone, which I just marked around here, previous demand that turned into supply zone. So right now we came, price last week did try to tap into that. It didn't actually tap into my range, but then if you just adjust like that, and you can see like price did manage to push back down. Came found some liquidity on the bottom here, multiple spikes there, build up some internal liquidity, and now it's pushing back to the outside. So probably we can see this go into this liquidity and also demand zone, and before that we can see some further sell-offs later on. But it's not a must for the market to actually reverse from here, because this can build momentum to push into that external liquidity level around 104.7 or 0.69, around that region, before it actually drops. So there are multiple ways like this can play out. It can push into this region here, then drop, or price can actually be able to push impulsively, maybe break above, then retest, then continue pushing its way into that external liquidity region, and maybe fall from there. So there are multiple ways of this, how this can play out. And with the fundamentals being filled around throughout this week, we can probably see some top trades coming. We can see some top trades coming out throughout the market. So looking at my top trades now, starting off with my top trades, I did have Aussie CAD and it's already started to play out nicely. So looking at Aussie CAD from the daily time frame, looking at it from the daily time frame, we did see this sell-off, massive sell-off on Aussie CAD for a few months now. Since this was since back February, if I'm not mistaken, January. Since January, price has just been bearish all around on Aussie CAD, and as you can see, price didn't manage to push down, came back and retested this supply zone. Price did massively sell off before it started to range in the past week, and now I'm expecting some further sell-offs all the way down to 0.86. I am expecting that to happen. So looking from the 4-hour time frame, I was looking at this as an internal liquidity region, whereby price did manage to pick up some liquidity here previously. Price did sell off. Then last week we started to see some pushback into 0.8840, and price did manage to tap into that region, and now it's starting to sell off. So I did took a sell trade. I had a sell limit. I know I didn't send this to a signal group or even our technical group because it was kind of late. I think it was 1 a.m. last night. I couldn't like send the signal right there, so I placed on my sell limit, and now I'm currently running around 30 pips in profit. Not so bad for a Monday. So looking at this right now, we're looking at it as a possible double top formation, and also looking at the structure right here from the 30-minute time frame, we did have something like this, which is 1, 2, 3 third touch. As you can see, price did manage to spike from that region. Nice entry, top of the structure for a risk entry type of trade. So now I'm looking to see this go all the way down to 0.86 for a possible 165 pips right there. So I would send out a new signal if we do see a break and a retest. So the way this would work is probably if this breaks impulsively, comes back up and retests this before it actually goes down. So this is what I'm expecting on Aussie CAD right now. So a break, retest, and a continuation to the downside. That will be lovely around 0.88 region. So right now we are ranging at 0.88. So probably let's see how this plays out around this area here. If it forms any continuation pattern, that's when I'm going to consider taking a trade. Another pair was Aussie Yen. I was looking at Aussie Yen for a possible buy trade, and as you can see, we did get spiked into the trade, and now we are running, I think it's 20 pips in profit. These are trades which I broke down on Saturday. So when I was doing my ASR, my advanced self review, that's when I took this analysis and broke it down to perfection to see where this will actually take me in the coming week, which is just started right here. So I wanted to start July very strong, positive, and with a massive growth in my mindset, as well with my psychology when it comes to the charts. So I put on a lot of effort, a lot of hard work into it. So looking at the daily time frame on Aussie Yen, we see price was very much bullish since January. Since March, price has been pushing to the outside. And where am I expecting it? I am expecting price to go into this external liquidity region around 99. Right now we are currently sitting 300 or 240 pips away from that main target. So looking at the daily from the 4-hour time frame, we see this clearly as an impulse, then a correction. So I was looking at it as a possible 1 to possible third touch. Price did manage to break above. So now I am aiming to see price go into this region right here as our first TP point, but then price can go all the way to 99. So to this level here just gives you around 150 pips and all the way to 300 pips from there. So I did have like a entry around 96. I did place a buy limit there. So price did manage to break above range. And as we can see, once the market opened, price did manage to push. It did push a little bit higher, came back down. And that's when I was triggered into the trade. Overnight, I was triggered into the trade, and now it's running like 24 pips in profit. So I still have room to go to the upside. So someone else can also look for a scaling or a potential entry as this develops. But right now it's still early in the trade and it's still Monday, so anything can happen. This can just spike above there, come back down, or even break below, come back all the way down. So there's a lot of things that can happen right now. So it's still early on this trade, so I wouldn't go crazy because of what's going on right now. Another pair that I have on my top trade is Aussie dollar, and as you can see, all these trades simply starting to play out. It's not that I have a crystal ball or anything. This is my advance. This is what you can do. So once the market closes, take some time off. Of course, you need to take some time off. You need to take some time off the charts and do other things. So on Friday, I would naturally go. On Friday, I would naturally go out sometimes, maybe for dinner, or go out for a drink with my friends, or do something else that is entirely not trading. And on Saturday morning, then when I wake up, I will do my ASR, my advanced self review, which is simply just looking at the trades that I've taken throughout the week and where did I go wrong, how many losses did I get, how can I improve myself, and also try to look at different videos, and especially on trading psychology, because as I've explained in my podcast, psychology is something that really broke me or really took some toll on me throughout this whole year. And last year and also the start of 2023 also has been kind of bad for me, but then it's always about coming back stronger and pushing, pushing yourself to the limit and pushing yourself to do much, much better. So every Saturday, wake up, do your advanced self-review yourself. Where did you go wrong? Where can you improve? And what can you do to have better results in the coming week? And especially right now when we are starting a new month, is July. It's my birthday month. It's something that I'm usually pumped to do every single day, is wake up and do some hard work so that I can enjoy my next year on this earth, working on this earth. So I want to have like a moment where I'm proud of myself. So whenever my birthday reaches, I usually want to be proud of myself. Like look back on what I've done wrong, where can I improve, and how can I improve myself every single day. So an advanced self-review is a step towards having that great success in trading or in anything that you do. So the ASR doesn't just apply into trading, it applies in every aspect of life. So what have you been doing in the past month or past week? And also, what can you do to improve yourself? So every Saturday, I would look at the charts, clean out every single drawing, and start over. And these were trades that I did break down perfectly or with high concentration. And looking at them right now, I can simply say they're going according to plan, and let's see how that plays out. So just explaining Aussie dollar, the thought process behind this trade simply is from the daily time frame. I did mark out my liquidity zones, my external liquidity and my internal liquidity. That aspect of liquidity trades, internal and external, I do explain it much on my personal courses. So as you can see right here, we did have that internal liquidity and that external liquidity down there. So I am expecting price to come and fill out this gap right here, because we did manage to fill this liquidity gap as well, but we have this larger liquidity gap all the way down to 0.6460 region. So naturally, I was expecting that price to push down and sell off from here. So looking at it from the far, just to explain it well, from the 4-hour time frame, I was expecting, as you can see, price did manage to impulse correction, and now this is the next correction where I'm expecting the next impulsive leg to be to the downside, and this can be the one that actually goes all the way to my main target, which is around 0.6460, around that region. So a total of like 200 pips right there. So I did have another sell limit around here. Price did manage to spike me into that trade, and now it's pushing down. And as you can see from the 4-hour time frame, on the 1-hour time frame, as you can see right here, someone else would have said like this is a break of the structure and a continuation to the upside. It's possible, but looking at this, it hasn't managed to break any significant high or significant structure, so it's still remaining bearish. So I am expecting to take this leg to the downside. So a nice entry from 0.6. I did place my sell limit on 0.6640, sorry, 0.6660. So price did spike me into that trade, and now it's playing out. So currently running like around my interest here, currently playing around at 14-15 pips. So that's Aussie dollar, and these are my top trades so far for this week. So I know they're all based on Aussie pairs. Those are the pairs that I did break down. So I'm currently waiting for other trades to play out on gold. Gold was bullish on Friday. Another setup is maybe on GJ is kind of ranging at the moment. I was expecting maybe a push back down and a continuation to the upside. So the analysis or the thought process on these other pairs still remains the same. And if anything changes, I will update you guys. So to end up this video, not to make it too long, we would break down maybe VIX 75. So VIX 75, looking at it from the daily time frame, we're looking at the structure. I adjusted my structure yesterday. So looking at the structure right here, we have like an ascending type of formation. I am expecting price to push back down into 352,000 to find some liquidity there before it actually reverses and continues to the upside. So looking from the daily time frame, we are looking at that. So I had my liquidity zone and also my supply zone around this area here. As you can see, price did come into spike into that region to take up some liquidity at 382,000. That's where I took my entry, my short entry, my sell trade. I took it from the top from 382, and now we are pushing all the way down. I am expecting price to continue pushing down to this low here. So currently we are 10 a.m. Usually I usually wait for the 11 a.m. candle for like a daily shift in where the trend is actually going. So looking at the 4-hour time frame, we can see price did manage to spike into this region. On the hourly, we can see clearly this liquidity spike. Price didn't manage to create like a doji candle there and an inside bar, and now it's followed by a nice bearish candle, which is naturally I'm expecting price to push it into to the downside. Like I'm expecting price to push it to the downside. At the moment, I might take it because I kinda locked this trade and I believe like it can actually have taken me out. Let me look. Yeah, it took me out. This is what I fucking hate about VIX. I was in profit. I moved my stop loss into break even, and price, this candlestick, this is the one that actually took me out. I removed my stop loss, like I locked in the trade and it took me out and it sold off again. So I would have to look for an entry because I expect price to continue selling off into at a bare minimum around this level of support here, where price didn't manage to reverse previously. So I do expect price to tap into 360 before it actually reverses, because as you can see, price has been ranging in between this region for a while now. It has been ranging for a while in between 360 to 360,000 to 380,000. So it has been ranging, and that is why I was also looking for a sell-off, for a sell trade from there. So it did take me out. I took an entry around 380 around this area here, but I moved my stop loss once I saw like this bearish move. I expected that to be the one that actually goes, but then as you can see, price did push back into, took me out, and then it's it's now still selling off. So probably it can find some support. I would wait for the 11 a.m. candle. So this is how I would take it. problem with trading view on on trading doesn't have that pattern. So this is how I would wait for it. I would wait for a push into this region right here, into this liquidity region. It doesn't have to necessarily go back into exactly this region, but it can just spike maybe even to this area here, and then we can look for a sell trade, because the entry is all that matters. So maybe a spike into 380,000 again, and then we can look for a sell trade from there. So we can look for a sell trade from here. Stop loss can just go slightly above right there, 384, and our entry and our take profit will be at a minimum this area here, but then it can be the one that goes all the way to 350k. That gives you a nice risk reward ratio of 5%. So right now I'll be patient and wait for the 11 a.m. candlestick before doing anything on this trade, because yeah, you can say pretty much it's starting to play out, but I've seen this happen so many times whereby price goes down, takes you out, and whenever like you say, okay, let me take a sell trade right here, it comes and takes you out again before it actually sells off. So the only way that I would look at this and say like, okay, I'm gonna take a sell trade is if I see a flag, maybe on the 1 minute time frame. I would, but that, but whenever you start to filter the trades and go all the way to the 1 minute just to like justify a trade, just know that that trade is not worth it. It's not worth it. A good setup is the setup that shows itself even on the higher time frame. Like it's clearly seen on the higher time frames. And looking at the higher time frames, I do expect a spike back into 380 before it actually drops. But then if it goes, then it goes. Like I don't have to force it. I can always look for an opportunity on other pairs. So guys, that marks the end of this video. I don't want to make it too long. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something from it as well. So happy trading. Make sure to comment, leave a like, subscribe to the channel as well, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Cheers, happy trading, and thank you for choosing the Busy Traders. Bye bye.